Okay guys, so what I'm here to talk about today is why Floyd Mayweather should consider fighting on CBS before retiring. And the main reason why I say this is because ever since Floyd Mayweather left HBO pay-per-view for Showtime pay-per-view in February of 2013. I feel that Floyd Mayweather has switched his priorities of what he wants to do in boxing. Ever since May 2006, up till February 2013, Floyd Mayweather has been concerned about facing guys who could draw big pay-per-view numbers, starting with Oscar De La Hoya, and that fight drew 2,400,000 pay-per-view buys. Over the years, he has faced Juan Manuel Marquez, and that drew 1,500,000 pay-per-view 500,000 pay-per-view buys. He also faced Shane Mosley, that drew 1,400,000 pay-per-view buys, and there has been much more. But ever since he joined Showtime, it feels like Floyd Mayweather is more concerned about maintaining his undefeated record. That's why two of his three opponents that he has faced, he hasn't been able to draw a million pay-per-view buys. Let's take a look at his first time on Showtime pay-per-view with Robert Guerrero. Now people knew Robert Guerrero wasn't gonna beat him just simply because Robert Guerrero is a guy who comes forward and likes to engage and hit the body. He's more of a volume puncher. He doesn't have that much power. And that fight only drew 875,000 pay-per-view buys. The next fight, of course, was versus Canelo, which drew 2.2 million. But the fight versus Canelo, people actually thought that Canelo had a legit chance to beat him because they got Canelo, who had power in both hands, could back him up and hit Floyd Mayweather to the body. And actually what Floyd Mayweather did was go that left jab and circle to the left, which is Canelo's less powerful hand. Now, his last fight was against Marcos Maidana. Now, Marcos Maidana, similar to Robert Guerrero, is a guy who likes to come forward and likes to brawl. In particular, he likes to land that overhand right, which he can knock you out with. But, in my opinion, Floyd Mayweather made that fight more interesting than it had to be because of two reasons. One, Amir Khan wouldn't be ready by his September date because American observes Ramadan. And two, like I said before, he wants to keep his undefeated record. And by the way, that fight only drew 850,000 pay-per-view buys. And Floyd Mayweather is gonna keep fighting guys like this. His only real threat at this point that he could realistically face is Danny Garcia, but who knows if that would happen. Now, since he's probably gonna fight fighters like this, and people see that it's obvious that Floyd Mayweather is gonna beat him. Besides that potential one-punch knockout, I feel like those pay-per-view numbers are going to continue to go down. So if I'm Floyd Mayweather, why, and I'm worried about my legacy, why don't I talk to Showtime and CBS and see if I could open the door back up of boxing being on national TV? It'll bring multiple benefits for Floyd Mayweather. First, he could say he was the guy who brought boxing back to national TV. Secondly, it would draw big ratings because it would be the first time that a real big boxing fight would be on national TV. Just take a look at what the first UFC on Fox event did. That drew 5.7 million viewers. I speculate that Floyd Mayweather could triple that. So that would be basically like 15 to 17 million viewers instead of potentially a maximum of 2.2 or 2.4, which has been his largest pay-per-view buy. Also, he could say that he left boxing in a good state. Just simply because when he retires, if he fights on CBS, he could stack the card, put people like Danny Garcia, Adrian Broner, Sean Porter, people like that on his card. And that would open up boxing in the future, because by exposing those guys to national TV, that means that they could get fans and possibly become a potential pay-per-view star in the future. So Floyd Mayweather could say, I was potentially the guy who started the comeback of boxing over the UFC. Anyway, guys, tell me what you think of this. Peace.